as we'll see Baker Mayfield and the Brooklyn Beats taking on Russell Wilson and the Indianapolis Colts.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Brooklyn Beats. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Got an open man. It's Washington. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Wilson. And he'll get it right back to Washington. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, you talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it with Madison. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 2nd down at 5. Now a give to Madison. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
13 yards remaining on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson finds his tight end Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alexander Madison. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native. At quarterback, it's Baker Mayfield.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Now left side on the swing pass. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. A first down throw from Mayfield. Slings this deep from McLaurin. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, Mayfield. He completes it to Boyd. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Mayfield. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. 7 yards the pickup there. Three yards remain for 2nd down. Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Madison. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Now Folk for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Here's Richie James on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Hunter Henry brings it in.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play action. Now Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Wilson. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw again is Wilson. Gets this quickly to Ingram. Touchdown, Colts! Evan Ingram, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
On for the extra point is Falk. And it's 21-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Here's James. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Mayfield. And caught by Henry. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Play fake, Mayfield. And this complete to Henry over the middle.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Finds the open target, Arnold. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Mayfield running the option right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. McPherson's kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Here's Wilson. And Ingram holds it in. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's Madison running left, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
1st down and more for Allen. And finally marked down at the 23.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Madison running right. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Another carry now for Madison. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Madison. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. This a 33-yard attempt. And Folks' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Throwing. Mayfield. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Mayfield with it once more. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.